Good evening. It is time for today's tax talk. I'm your host. I'm attorney Stephen Leahy. This is Crypto Tuesday, the 9th day of November, year of our Lord 2021. Last Friday they did pass the infrastructure bill, and there's some surprises in there for crypto, and that's what we're going to begin talking about today. Won't you join us? Okay. A little bit of a mess there. Well, welcome to Crypto Tuesday. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about the infrastructure bill and how that affected crypto. As we always start, though, we always want to start our Crypto Tuesday. Let's see if we can get this. We want to start Crypto Tuesday with the prices. So let's begin with the prices. Okay, so we remember last time we met was last Tuesday, and you can see here that Bitcoin last Tuesday was at $67,000. Oh, this is the last 24 hours. It's down 1% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum's down about 1.7% in the last 24 hours. But again, let's go down and look at the last week of Bitcoin. Pretty big. That's why I have the volatility, because its volatility is back in the good side, right? It's going up. Last Tuesday it was at 63,180, and right now, as we sit here, is 67,145. So substantial increase. Very similar Ethereum. Right, it went from 45.94 to 47.42. Was up yesterday, a little bit down today, but that's where we are. Thanks to our friends at coinflip.tech for their information that we use to share with you. Again, there's a little bit of volatility going on in the crypto world. I think all coins are going up. There's certain coins that have really taken the big upswing, and we'll see how that works out. I want to get rid of some of this stuff because I want to make sure I'm not getting bad sound, because that's what it's all about. Okay, so now I want to talk about, again, we're going to talk about the infrastructure bill. Good stories about this. IRS reporting requirement. Why crypto and NFT fans are worried about the infrastructure bill. Now, if you've been following me here, we've talked a lot about this, about what's going on. They're trying to change the way. Actually, what they're trying to do is corral brokers of crypto into the current system of brokerages, and who has to report and how much they pay and all of that is, and that's what they're trying to work on. That's what they're bringing this all up into, and so and it doesn't really fit well, and so there's really been a trouble with this. Now they didn't, as we know, last Friday they just passed that bill. They just did whatever they could and passed it, and that's they're not really too worried about whether crypto it all works well. They're just trying to do whatever they can to make it work at all. So let's look at this story. The $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, which is on its way to the president, includes provisions to fund everything from new roads to improved broadband connections, but it also includes tax reporting provisions that people and organizations of cryptocurrency and NFT worlds are concerned could stifle transactions. Well, that was the whole bank reporting and all that other information that they were going through. But this is just another reporting requirement. They want different anybody who has anything to do with crypto to report. It makes sense for some, but not others. So let's read on. Existing tax law in section of the U.S. tax code called 6050I requires that people who receive more than $10,000 in cash and equivalents, like cashier's checks and money orders, in many business transactions, file a report with the Internal Revenue Service, including details about who paid them, such as names and social security numbers, or potentially face felony charges. The new law expands the definition of cash to include digital assets and comes as governments around the world grapple with a rapid rise of crypto and the potential for its use in money laundering. Critics worry that the new provision could force participants in crypto transactions and NFT trades, which are often anonymous, to have to disclose information about the people they're doing business with, which they simply might not have. Miners, stakers, lenders, decentralized application, and marketplace users, traders, businesses, and individuals are all at risk of being subject to this new reporting requirement, even though in most situations the person or entity in receipt is not in a position to report the required information. It's anonymous. They don't know. Warren, this attorney. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, operations where automated smart contracts essentially provide financial services could also be affected by the provision, warn people in the industry. Again, if you don't know who they are, how are you going to report it? This 650I provision in the infrastructure bill seems like a disaster if I understand it. Criminal felony statute could freeze a lot of healthy crypto behavior, like DeFi. The new law also contains a provision that would expand the definition of broker under the law to include cryptocurrency brokers. As I was mentioning, they're trying to broaden the law. They're trying to, fit all this crypto into the existing laws. Doesn't always work. Including a group called Crypto Council for Innovation, have feared would rope in coin miners and developers involved in building and maintaining crypto systems. Brokers are also required to report many transactions to the IRS. Bloomberg reported earlier this year that the Treasury Department, which is ultimately responsible for putting out regulations, saying how these new provisions will actually work in practice, is likely to exempt organizations and people that aren't brokers in the usual sense. Since getting the new law itself amended seems difficult with the fiercely divided Congress, it's likely the Treasury Department will see furious lobbying by the crypto industry to make sure it doesn't interfere too much with operations. Well, that kind of feeds right into our next story, which is about Senator Toomey. And, they recognize that there are some problems. And again, they just passed these bills, whether they're going to work or not. And then they'll make them work. This is not good legislation practice, in my opinion, right? Because now we're going to leave it all up to the administrations or these regulators, the IRS, the SEC, and these other regulators to define how far this goes. According to law, it goes all the way through. It includes everything, but they want to create these niches in the market. But that's going to be administrative and not by law. And that's, I think, is a problem. So Toomey vows fix to badly flawed cryptocurrency broker plan in infrastructure bill. Senator Pat Toomey, ranking member of the Senate Banking Committee, says he's prepared to fix the broad definition of cryptocurrency broker that's contained within the administration's infrastructure bill. The comments come as the House is pushing for an imminent vote on $550 billion so-called hard infrastructure bill, which would invest in bridges and roads and nation's broadband, water, energy system. The legislative language includes a provision to collect taxes on cryptocurrency gains, estimated to raise $28 billion over 10 years to help pay for spending infrastructure. I absolutely want to fix this, Toomey told Yahoo Finance. at issue, the legislation defines a cryptocurrency broker very broadly, allowing the Internal Revenue Service to target crypto miners, developers, and others who could be considered brokers even if they don't have any customers or have access to information needed to comply with the taxing reporting requirements. The industry worries it will discourage innovation in a fast-growing sector. My opinion is I think that's exactly what they're trying to do, is discourage innovation and slow it down. The language is badly flawed. It could impose reporting requirements on participants that have no ability to even comply with the reporting requirements because they don't have the information that the requirements would impose. Previously, Toomey negotiated a narrow definition with other senators and the administration, which all parties agreed on, but that never made it into the bill. It was a procedural problem that prevented us from getting it fixed adopted. So that means we still have the opportunity to fix it. We'll have to do it in a subsequent legislation if they pass the infrastructure bill in the current form, and they did pass the infrastructure bill in its current form, and so that was a problem. One more issue I wanted to talk about with the crypto. Let's see how much time we have. You might have seen this, but there's a new mayor in the city of New York, and the new mayor in New York has made an interesting vow, and so let me just review that quickly with you. So that vow, new mayor of New York, Adams, says he will take his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. Why is he doing that? New York Mayor-elect Eric Adams said on Thursday he would take his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin and signaled his intention to make his city the center of cryptocurrency industry after he takes office in January. In New York, we always go big, so I'm going to take my first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin when I become mayor. New York City is going to be the center of cryptocurrency industry and other fast-growing, innovative industries. Just wait. I thought El Salvador was. The mayor-elect's tweet came in response to Miami Mayor Suarez, who wrote in a Twitter message of his own that he would take his first paycheck in Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency. The mayor, who won re-election on Tuesday, has been a cryptocurrency champion, setting his sights on building Miami into the hub of cryptocurrency innovation. Adams, a Democrat, will become the second black mayor in guardian age, as we know that. It shows you that Bitcoin is attracting a wide range of interest, and you can now include a New York mayor. I guess it's a symbolic thing. Does it matter? I don't know. But in the end, Eric Adams is not a very influential person for swaying the people that are on the fence to join the cryptoverse. It was not the first time Adams had raised the prospect for cryptocurrency competition within the 2 cities. After winning the Democratic nomination in June, he delivered a victory speech in which he vowed the city would become the center of Bitcoins and the center of all the technology. Miami, you had your run, because Miami's been at the forefront of that. I'm not going to read too much more of this. It's all symbolic. Does it matter? I don't know if it matters. I guess we'll see if it matters. El Salvador did more than just a symbol of it collecting. I can get the money in Bitcoin and turn around and cash it in. I mean, what real value is there just to take your money in Bitcoin? It's symbolic, and I don't see how it'll matter. But I wanted to put that in our discussion today of crypto. There's some other crypto news, and we're going to talk about that. Again, we may have a crypto Thursday, depending on what the news is, how it's showing. Okay, so, but remember, I want you, if you have an IRS problems, because that's what I generally help people fight the IRS. If you're fighting the IRS, here's where you start. Get a copy of my book, Deal with Your IRS Problem Today. Again, Deal with Your IRS Problem Today. Go to freeirs.com and freeirsbook.com. Freeirsbook.com. Get yourself a copy. Doesn't cost anything, and it may save you a lot of headaches and money. So do that right away. And remember, we're going to ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. We share great information about taxes. I know people sometimes look and say, "Hey, taxes are boring." I'm telling you, it's involved every day. There's new news about taxes, and it affects everybody, right? Death and taxes, two sure things. So if you're thinking that you're gonna you need information on taxes, then you should join us every day here on at today's Tax Talk. So thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow where we'll talk about taxes. Happy Crypto Tuesday, and we'll see you again tomorrow.